Getting bank transactions into QuickBooks Online. There are two basic ways to do this. And the first is to set up a bank feed, which is connecting your bank with QuickBooks Online so that transactions automatically come in. And you do that by going to banking on the left-hand menu, the banking tab, and then add account. You'll search for your bank or credit card here, and once you find it, you follow the steps, signing into your with your bank information, and do that to finish the connection, and that'll bring in, um, depending on your bank, anywhere from like 30 to 90 days, maybe more, of transactions. The other way to do it is to manually upload transactions, and that's done by going to the same area, banking, and then on the update button here, the drop-down menu, click that and do file upload. So that's a quick answer. We can get into a little more detail here. Bank feeds are links, like I said, between your bank and a credit card accounts, and the transactions are fed in the QuickBooks Online Banking Center. And that makes it easier to match transactions, to reconcile your accounts, in essence, between what happens at your bank and what you have entered into QuickBooks Online. So to connect bank feeds, like I said, left-hand menu, Banking Center. If this is your first time, if you haven't connected any accounts yet, you'll select a button that says Connect. Otherwise, like in a sample company here, they've already connected accounts. So in this case, we click Add Account, as I mentioned. And like I can't unfortunately walk you through every single step because of the nature of what we're doing here. I can't really connect a bank account with this sample account company. And obviously, banking accounts a little sensitive, not the sort of thing you want to accidentally put something out there that would, compromise like my bank account on YouTube. So I wish I could provide a little more step-by-step detail, but I've tried to do as much as I can here. So as I mentioned, when you click Add Account, you'll select Find Your Bank. You'll, in most cases, you should be able to find your bank and should be able to make a connection. It should be rare that you're not able to. And once you enter your login information for the bank or credit card, then you're going to choose the appropriate account that you want to link it to in QuickBooks Online. Choose the appropriate account rather from your bank or credit card. And then you're going to choose the account in QuickBooks Online to link it to. You're going to give the account a name, and you'll click Save. And that's how you set up the bank feed. So as I mentioned also, it depends how much history is going to be brought in from your bank or credit card company. Could be as little as 30 days, could be up to around 2 years. Obviously, it's 0 days if your bank or credit card won't connect to QuickBooks Online. So if you want more history than that, and particularly if your bank or credit card won't connect, what do? You have to manually upload transactions. So when you do that, there are a couple things to keep in mind. You're going to want to first settle on a date range because you don't want to upload transactions rather that are already in QuickBooks Online, because then you're going to have duplicate transactions. So first thing you'll want to do is go to Chart of Accounts and then View Register. Let's back out of this and do just that. That's Accounting, then Chart of Accounts, Accounting in the left-hand menu. And if you come down to Chart of Accounts, You see your checking, savings, whatever account it is you want to import transactions into. You come over to the right-hand side here, the action column, and click on View Register. Scroll to the bottom of this information, and you can see the first date for that you have the opening balance. Okay, so typically what you're going to want to do is upload transactions that occurred before uh, before that date of your opening balance if you want more of a history in QuickBooks Online. And so now that you got an idea of the date range that you need, you're going to go to your bank or credit card online login and download transactions. That's of course going to be different for every uh, bank or credit card company out there, though typically the it'll be roughly the same. It shouldn't be too hard to find. You want to make sure that the file is in the correct format when you download it, and particularly so it's in the correct format to upload into QuickBooks Online. Preferred formats are CSV, QBO. That's the preferred uh, format, QFX, and the file size can't exceed 350 kilobytes, which shouldn't be a problem. That would be quite a bit of history. Then you're going to navigate to the appropriate link. As I mentioned, that's back in banking. And file upload. Or, sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there. You want to make sure you choose the account that you want to upload to. So by clicking these, like, see, it's got, let me go back here. Got checking, savings account, and that. So you would select the appropriate account first, then you would do file upload. Here's a couple screenshots from my bank, to kind of give you an idea of what you might look for when you're downloading transactions from your bank. In this case, it's under accounts on a menu. And there's a specific place there designated to download transactions. You pick the account you want to download from, you select your date range, and you select your file type. And then you'll get something like this that'll you can view in Excel, and then it should be ready to be uploaded. So to begin the upload, you're going to come to this screen that I was at earlier. And again, I can't walk you through this completely, but you're going to get the browse for the file to upload. And in this case, yeah, it won't let me, don't have a file, it won't let me do it, but you'll select that file and it'll walk you through the steps there, basically, to getting that information uploaded into QuickBooks Online. So you select the account that you want to upload to, double check that, and you want to, it'll make sure everything's mapped correctly, that it's putting, credits in the credit column, debits in the debit column, etc. And you want to match those columns, make sure they're the same, and it'll give you one last chance to edit the information that you're uploading, and then you'll select Let's Go. And so once you get those uploaded into QuickBooks Online, you'll want to categorize the transactions. And that's basically will be down here in this column. The savings isn't a good example. Look at the checking here. See, some of them are uncategorized income. You'll want to make sure every single one of those transactions is in the correct category. QuickBooks Online, I don't know specifically what they mean by this, but they say until you do this, the transactions will not, quote unquote, fully be in your account. Then, once everything's categorized, you might want to reconcile the transactions. It's not completely necessary, but QuickBooks advises that you do that. And you may need to edit your opening balance if you're uploading transactions that took place before the as of date. So, the simplest thing to do, of course, is to connect that bank feed, but there might be circumstances where you want more information than can be provided in that bank feed. So, you'll upload transactions. If you don't have time to do it yourself, if bookkeeping isn't your thing, check out BotKeeper. I'll have a link down in the description of this video. And basically, what BotKeeper does is mixes AI, automation with a human element to do your bookkeeping for you, and allows you to work more on your business, particularly work more on sales than bookkeeping itself. And as I mentioned, there's a link to that down in the description. So that's all I got for getting bank transactions into QuickBooks Online. If you thought this video was, like the quick answer, the short and to the point answer, but also the detail that I went into in that, let me know by giving me a like, please. And if you find yourself looking up information about QuickBooks Online frequently and think you might need to find more how-to videos in the future, subscribe.